What up, finna get Port Dash to the mirror is 3:13 p.m. My city shall call Go Moon Monday, July 14, 2025. I'm going all the way to 3:23. It's 92% on my phone. It's gonna be like my resignation from social media video, because my foster sister's birthday, Kimberly Redmond, is today if she lived in China, but actually it's on the 15th tomorrow in America. And I don't want to ruin her day, because this is going to be my last time trying to, tell my truth concerning her and I, and, she and I being the reason for the movie The Color Purple and the inspiration behind a lot of the things that I do. And that's persevere with this truth or whatever and stuff. But, I'm sick of talking about tell you the truth, man. I was told action speaks louder than words. And it's not what you know, who you know, it's what you can prove. They said you want to keep something from somebody, you put in a book, especially from a black person. So I read the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Most people don't read it until they go to prison, and that's exactly what happened with me. I was proud. I read it in about 3 months, but had no understanding. But I kind of, read a little something every day, and God gave me a little something, gave me a gift. If I flip the Bible, I flip it to certain things I need to find out or whatever and stuff. And I've been writing down some scriptures. And I come to realize that, they are using the Bible as a weapon. They have weaponized the Bible. The Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech, part of it is in the Bible. You can Google it or read it yourself. Isaiah chapter 40 and Amos chapter 5, and then listen to the speech. And not only that, Reverend Archibald Carey Jr. allegedly, had parts of the, Let Freedom Ring part of the I Have a Dream speech. He had referenced it way before Martin Luther King. So if they was beefing, it would have been Martin Luther King and Archibald Carey Jr. beefing over, who wrote or came up with parts of the I Have a Dream speech, kind of like Biggie and Tupac or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why, they say don't argue about religion, politics, and money and stuff, because, it can go on forever. And I ain't trying to go on forever with some stuff that people have taken from me. Now, I'm not going to sit and say I haven't referenced people in this, that, and the third, but at least I say their name. They're trying to, minimize me, undermine me, and act as if I didn't play a big part in both of their dreams or whatever the case may be coming true. You understand? There would have been a whole lot of nothing going on if it wasn't for my courage. And what did I get out the deal? I get people trying to, finish me off because they gave me cancer in 2016 on the Cook County Jail psych ward. They always try to make it seem like people that are intelligent, smart, or witty, it's crazy. Just like Dave Chappelle said, they try to do him, Long story short, we can go on and on and on about the obvious. But the truth of the matter is, I stood up for myself at the age of 6 in 1973 because I was being a child abuse victim. I lived, survived, but didn't thrive. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. And they're trying to finish me off. That's the honest to God's truth in a nutshell. And, you believe what you want. I ain't going to go back and forth because, I spent a lot of time and energy and money, my own, you understand what I'm saying, trying to prove to people, thinking it'd be easier with the social media people, you understand what I'm saying, because it's not what you know, who you know is what you can prove, right? And you got social media now, everybody got a camera, everybody's watching, everybody acting like they don't know who I am. Okay, cool, keep it like that. And when they do recognize me, it's with some negative stuff, and I ain't got time for that because I've been attacked and Left for Dead and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And my mind is like, well, if I'm gonna go, I'm taking a whole lot of people with me. Real talk. Now I had already got my assignment a long time ago, and I know how this going to end or whatever and stuff. It's kind of like the movie The Matrix, the first one. Neo, are you the one? And he had to believe in himself or whatever, and then all them machines start coming in. So that's how it is in my city, Chicago, and probably all the way around the world. People are coming from all walks of life, and I already predicted it in my Merry Christmas Haters video that I did in 2012 before I got they gave me cancer in 2016. So they premeditated my demise, knowing that I'm the originator of rap since the age of 8, 1975. You understand? They was all in on it, the preachers, everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody that came up that wasn't nothing before 1975, because it wasn't no, billionaires just popping up left and right, and Oprah Winfrey's on TV and all that. Come on now. If it wasn't for me giving Oprah my child abuse rap at the age of 17 in 1984, she wouldn't have became a billionaire. You understand what I'm saying? All I asked for was $2 million tax-free, and the rest could go to charity, which is people that's out here slumming and bumming and coming over, with nothing. Everybody could have been at least a millionaire twice tax-free. They ain't want me to have nothing. So what I'm going to do is, like most relationships, when you back out and don't say nothing, that's when they start calling. You understand what I'm saying? Are you okay? What's going on? But as long as you, feeding into it, they feel as though you still care. I really don't care about none of this. Why? Because I never had a new car, never had a day at the spa. Nobody gave a fuck about me for real. Never had a real family. You understand what I'm saying? And I've always had to fight harder than a man to get the little stuff that I have, and the little stuff I have, they have taken or on verge of trying to finish taking in and stuff, including my life. Worth more dead than I am alive. That's what I told them in 1995, and that's what they're trying to do to me and stuff. And K Reno, he has a rap, Worth More Dead, and he explains, and I wrote a poem, and another guy, he wrote a rap about it. So, it seems as though everybody else can get paid for what they do, they content, but I can't. Why? Because I'm a lady, I'm a, born this way, girl, lady, female, what you want to call me or whatever and stuff. And you hating on me, well, I don't know what the problem is. Well, I know one thing, I'm not going to keep feeding people who ain't, giving back. See, I had a lot of stuff going on before they railroaded me May 31st, 2008 on Devon and Clark and Rogers Park after I, boost them up for over 10 years and stuff. And then they lied and said I disarmed a police officer. Gave me my first felony. I was on my way to a gospel fest. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk in my city, Chicago. And got caught up because I was giving my book, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors, plus one song away to the public. And, I guess they didn't like the content. It had a lot of information. It had my child abuse rap in there. It had my DCFS files to prove that one line. And, a whole lot of, nice written rhymes and poems and, metaphors or whatever and stuff, stories and stuff. It was well put together for a person who only had a GED or got a GED and didn't know the difference between an apple and an orange at the age of 6, became the originator of rap at the age of 8 in 1975. So, somebody obviously is hating and stuff, and they probably would never, right or wrong when it come to me, and I'm not even looking forward to nothing no more. All I'm doing is being real cautious, Mary McNamara. I just want you to pay attention to what my surroundings and stuff, because whatever they do to me, they're going to do to you, because I already know how this story going to end. I ain't got to tell them. I know God gave me the answer a long time ago. I talk a lot, but I don't tell everything. Real talk. So this one is, this scripture is for me. Yep. This is Psalms chapter 57 and 60. It says, June 17th, Africa versus America, in America. And that's what's happening. They come over here, and I'm paying for them. But if we go over there, I watched the video I put in the description. You understand what I'm saying? We are foreigners, and they going up on us and stuff. Real talk. See, it's that pride. Pride come before the fall. You understand what I'm saying? And they got a lot of it. It's 3:23. So read Psalms chapter 57 through Let's go through 67. This is 11. I'm number one twice for a reason. I ain't got a lot of kicking on my mama. They killed my mama also. And this the 13 and gave my my legacy, you understand what I'm saying, to more than one person. This is Mario Darrell Evans' birthday, 11/13. Cheater.